You was cracking, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Prison Break Raw. I'm your host, the one and only Big JD. Go ahead, get this channel, subscribe, share, at least some messages or comment. Thumbs up for the like, notification bell to be informed on all episodes when they drop. Tekashi, Snitch 9. Is anybody surprised? Are you really surprised that this was the outcome for this buffoon, this weirdo? I mean, this is the day and age that we live in. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The gangster code is dead. It's gone. It's dead. The ship is done sunk. There's no more lifeboats. There's no life preservers. And just like the cast and crew on the movie The Titanic, you might as well grab a violin and play it into the abyss because you are going to sink with it if you continue to ride that ship. I got out because I seen the trend that it was going in. Back in the early 2000s, I was on the yard and I told all the homies, I said, this is the direction that the next generation is going to go. It's going to be consumed with a snitch culture. Everybody's going to be a weirdo. Everybody's going to be controlled by other people to the point to where they can't think for themselves. Everybody's going to become ultra sensitive, super emotional. And the prison system is going to turn into something that is unrecognizable. If we were to be put into a time machine and transported 20 years into the future to 2020, I think I even said, we would be shocked to see what it is like now and what it is like on the streets. Am I saying that's a bad thing? I'm saying that it's not a thing for me. So I chose to move out of all of that shit. When I hear about people like Tekashi Snitch 9 and all the rest of these so-called gangster rappers and whatnot with their little fucking sister's skinny pants on, looking all silly with their nails painted and their lipstick on and their hair looking like fucking strawberry shortcake, I don't even really trip or get into it. I just laugh at them. Because if you were to take one of them and put them in a time machine and transport them back to 1993, me and the homies wouldn't know what to do with this guy. If he rolled up on us in a dark alley, we wouldn't know whether to fight him, fuck him, or kill him. And nowadays, that is what it is. And there's nothing we could do to stop it. We did nothing in my generation, and the older millennials that came just after Generation Xers, we did nothing to educate these youngsters. We did nothing to guide them in the right direction. Everybody just allowed them to basically create this ultra emotional, super sensitive mindset that everyone has. Now we're all walking around on eggshells. You can't say anything to anybody anywhere. Nobody has a sense of humor, what the fucksoever. You can't say shit to nobody, nothing to anybody. Nobody has a sense of humor. And these celebrities control our lives to the point to where we cannot think for ourselves. I mean, God damn it, man. The Wes Watson video, isn't that not indication enough? 2,900 and something people with the thumbs down are too ultra emotional, super sensitive to the point to where they need to be led. They need a daddy in their lives to tell them when to wipe their ass and when to do this and when to do that, when you could simply do it for yourself. I've been functioning as an individual for a long time. People could say, well, but you're a gang member, you're a sureño, you're all this and this and that. That doesn't mean anything, because when we're in prison, we have to do what's necessary in order to ensure our numbers and our success in the power struggle itself inside of the prison. Outside of the prison, it's something much different. I don't answer to nobody. Nobody tells me what to do, because I never put myself in that situation. I soldiered on. I did what I was supposed to do. I didn't try to get into the mesa or get into the higher branch of politics and all that shit, because I knew that I was going to have to be a follower to somebody. You don't have to be a follower just because you're a gang member, you're a sureño, a norteño, whatever you are, blood crip, whatnot, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be a follower. You could soldier on while you're in there and understand that this is the environment that I live in. This prison setting that I live in is what I need to do. I need to do as the Romans do when I'm in Rome, but when I'm out, I'm free to do whatever it is that I want. You know what I'm saying? There's limits, of course, because there's always somebody that controls the streets. But it doesn't matter. Basically, what I'm saying is it's your mind that nobody can really totally dominate unless you allow them to dominate your mind. These people have consumed our lives. They're at the point to where we can't even jump without them telling us to jump. I mean, goddamn, look at Kim Fake-Asian. Has so much power that she went to the state of Texas and stopped an execution of a tree jumping rapist, diaper sniping weirdo. And everybody's on board with it. And you're a monster if you don't agree with what they're saying. You are an animal, a piece of shit, racist, scumbag, inhumane, dictator, tyrant, whatnot, if you don't agree to allow these rapists to go free. And this guy clearly has a bunch of smut on him. With Tekashi Snitch 9, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that he got off with just 2 years and just a couple of years of probation. They'll probably cut his probation time in half as well, because that's the way the celebrities get it. It doesn't matter if they went from peasantry to the castle. It doesn't matter. The point is that they are there. This demo aristocracy that we live in. And it's not a democracy. It's a demo aristocracy with socialist ideals that are trying to control all of you. That's why socialism is a delicious flavor to a lot of them, because they love control. They love to control people. They love to move you however they want to move you. You can't move yourself. You are not an individual. You are plugged into the herd mindset, leading us like a flock of fucking cattle to one slaughterhouse to the next. People want and need to be led. They want and need to be led because they can't lead themselves. They can't manage their own lives. Prison Break Raw, it's like I said, it's breaking free from that incarcerated state of mind. That incarcerated state of mind doesn't only entail being in a prison setting. That incarcerated state of mind is you being enslaved to all of this nonsense, to all the weirdos and all this bullshit that is going on. It's crazy and it's insane, but it's what it is in our everyday lives. This is what we want. We asked for this. And in my generation, we were so fucking indifferent and so selfish that we couldn't see the forest through the trees. And we couldn't see what was actually on the other side and what was going to happen to the younger generations. It's too far gone. A lot of these younger kids and young men or young women don't want to be guided in a way that's rational. They want to be led irrationally and ultra sensitively and ultra emotionally and with little resistance as possible, the least resistance possible. And this is just what I see it. And this whole Tekashi Snitch 969, whatever the fuck this bitch ass fool's name is, whatever it is, it's what we are in the midst of. These Cardi B's, Tekashi 69, Kim Fake-Asians, the women that got their kids into all the best colleges over everybody else. All of this shit that is happening is because of us, because of our tuned in, our inability to actually unplug from this shit and be objective and stand on the outside and say, fuck you. One of the reasons why on the last video I said I'm a libertarian, because of all of this shit. I refuse to sell my soul to all of this. I refuse to be a drone and a fuckboy to this weirdo ass fucking culture that to me is the destruction of everything that is decent and moral and everything that makes sense and is about respect and is about having tough skin and picking yourself up when you fall and moving forward despite the fact that there's a lot of people out there that don't like you. There's a lot of people out there that can't stand you. There's a lot of people out there that want to see you fail more so than want to see you succeed. This is the world we live in. It's not all tulips and roses and sunshines and fucking rainbows and all that other shit. And when you understand this and you understand that the world we live in, you start to see that the power structure in this country that is ran by the celebrities. I mean, fuck, we elected a celebrity into the White House. We put one into the White House. That goes to show you just how much power Hollywood and all of these weirdos have on all of our lives. Anything they say goes. All of this news, I turn on the news, it doesn't matter which news I turn on. I turn on the news, they are brainwashing me into believing what they want me to believe. But I don't do that. I look for the facts. A lot of people don't do that. But here is your opportunity to step forward and step beyond all of this bullshit, right? All of this Tekashi Snitch 9 crap and all the rest of it, and basically unplug from it, man. Unplug from it and become an individual. And don't be led like a flock of sheep to the slaughter because you think father knows best. You don't need a daddy to lead you. You basically need to look in the mirror and say, I am the leader of my own life. I'm the leader of my own direction and my own destiny. Tekashi 6 Snitch 9 is the embodiment of how I don't get on board with any of these people that talk about an inequality in the justice system when it comes to race and stuff. So that argument gets destroyed right there in the acid test because of this when it happens. The same thing with Jussie Smollett or anything else. It is not about race, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. In the justice system, it is not about race. It is about who you are and who you know and what kind of clout you got. Where is your status in the elite hierarchy? If you are a public figure and your face is everywhere and you're making millions of dollars or more, you have a sense of freedom and privilege and status above the rest. And it doesn't matter what you are. And that's what it is. Tekashi 6 9 snitched on a street gang, and he got 2 years in the feds. I know snitches that had snitched on people in the cartel that got more time than that, and snitched on the cartel. In Grady County, there was a dude in there, and he got 10 years. Why is it that this weirdo is getting only 2 years, and he's a diaper sniper at that? These are things that you just gotta understand as far as how the ruling class really runs this country. The celebrity demo aristocracy. And when you start to realize what it is, you'll understand that this whole Tekashi 6 9 thing is just like, to me, I don't even give a fuck. Doesn't matter to me. I'm doing this right here because people want to know my take on it. That is my take on it. It doesn't matter like who they are as far as their upbringing. Only matters is where they are in this society, their status. And if they snitch on somebody like that, good, then they're controlled. But they know, everybody in the media and everybody in the celebrity world, in the realm of these kings and queens, knows that you're not going to care either, because you're still going to buy his albums. You're still going to listen to his music. You're still going to go to his concerts. Got to start thinking for yourselves, people. You got to start understanding that your individuality is deteriorating with every given moment, every breath that you take. And the way to reclaim it is to not sell out to any of this shit, and don't sell yourself short. Don't give in to this, and don't allow any of these people to tell you how to think or tell you what to think. Unless you know for a fact, you've seen it with your own eyes, it's probably not true if you're hearing about it on TV, if you're hearing about it through these celebrities. They get on TV, they get on these cameras, they smile, they tell you how great they are, they tell you how wonderful their lives are, and then they show you all these images of how great they're doing, and they lure you in with that, but they really don't give a fuck about you. It's all sentimentality to further the self. Everyone does it. Everybody's all about the self. And as soon as you realize that and understand that, you could become self-empowered yourself. As according to the 48 laws of power, you can move forward and be a king among peasants or a queen among peasants. And that's what Big JD does. I'm moving around in this world, and I'm making my ends, and I'm making my way, and I'm accomplishing shit, not on the backs of anybody else, but because I'm walking over the carcasses of everybody that's fallen. And that's what it is, and I'll end it on that. Tekashi Snitch 9, don't be surprised. He's not the first, and he won't be the last. There's going to be more just like him. Watch and see. Cardi B's in some shit. I guarantee you she's going to be in there singing. More than her music, she's going to be singing about what a bunch of people done did. And she's going to get off as well. And whoever else comes behind her, and all the rest of these other rappers that are in there that are crying like little babies now that they're caught up in the system. Mark my words. You heard it right here in Prison Break Raw. Prison Break Raw, uncut, uncensored, no holds barred, non-sugarcoat, not politically correct, all up in your face, slapping you with that dick of reality, and I'm out.